Hey guys, welcome back. It's Scotty Kombat here, and I'm going to go over some more details with you concerning the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. We're going to go over the release dates that are confirmed, and we're going to go over some more Trilogy details. It's a good time to be a Mortal Kombat fan. I got some great news, and I got some iffy news. It depends. I'm going to go over it with you. So if you're getting the digital version of this game, that is going to be good news to you because you are going to get to be able to play that first. The physical edition is going to come later. And now that there has been some interviews with the Digital Eclipse employees, it looks like the digital versions of the game are going to release around the 29th and the 30th. The reason I keep saying the 29th and the 30th is because when Xbox had that leak, it showed the 29th for some people and it showed the 30th for others. And I do think that's because of the time zones and what countries some people are in. There's a lot of T's in this, I'll share that for sure, like the standard, deluxe, and collector's edition. They all have something different to offer, even the standard one. If you're just pre-ordering the game for full price, even though it's not available for that many consoles, you do get a custom sleeve. You can choose whether you want to get Scorpion, Reptile, Sub-Zero, or Smoke. And with those sleeves looking so cool and just wanting a physical edition copy myself, I'll probably end up getting one for Smoke and getting it for the Switch. This way I can play it with my daughter on the Switch, and I can play online with you guys through PC, and that's another thing we'll touch on is crossplay. I already did the video covering crossplay. It is prioritized as the first thing coming up now for Digital Eclipse that isn't done yet. And what I'm pretty much saying there is they're just waiting on licensing from the other consoles. It's not that it's an idea that they're wanting to get pushed through. It sounds like it's already in the works. They're just waiting to hear back from some platforms. Now, something I didn't get to share in that video that I do want to share here is it sounds like the handheld port games in Digital Eclipse's Legacy Collection won't be able to be played online. Like, in general, not just crossplay, but you just can't play it online. And that's just the handheld ports. When this first got released without Trilogy being in it, I was like, man, we've already got an arcade re-release before. That included MK, MK2, UMK3. This was available on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. However, that is pulled from PlayStation and Steam now, probably Xbox as well. It still might be there, and it's something I pondered on briefly, that how's the longevity going to hold up on this? And Stephen Frost, lead production of Digital Eclipse, was asked that question during an EVO interview. He anticipates that this game will hold up longer than the original re-release of just 1, 2, and UMK3. And I want to speak on that for a minute. This game is really dedicated to the die-hard old school Mortal Kombat fans. That's why there is so many different ports, because they want the nostalgia trip to be there. And I don't mean to go so deep, but it does have to be shared, guys. We're not going to see anything like this probably ever again concerning the old school games. Now, maybe a modern redo of these games at a later time, sure, but as far as having Ed Boon and the original team involved, the founding fathers of Mortal Kombat aren't getting any younger. So I am very grateful that they're going to be in this product, that they are a part of it, and that they got all these interviews. Someone jumped to my live stream last night saying, I already have these games, it's pointless to get it. And I don't think that person was intentionally trying to pick bones with me, because I was able to have a conversation with them and it went pretty well, honestly. This game isn't just a re-release of games that already exist. This is something new. And just a quick reminder, we've never had Trilogy online, we've never had Mortal Kombat 4 online, and it sounds like we still have 3 more games to get. My most confident answer right now for one of those is Mythologies. I do think that's going to be one of the games. And even if you're newer to Mortal Kombat, this doesn't just apply to the old school fans. Again, diehard fans can be old and new. I'm excited because this is documented history. I mean, before they even released Trilogy, I thought, I'm still going to get this because I want to see the interviews behind this. I want to see what all extra content they're putting in here regarding the creation of Mortal Kombat. It's something that if you keep up with Mortal Kombat and you love it, it's something that you do have to have in your collection, right? I certainly don't see this as any kind of cash grab. There's over 3 hours of interview footage with members from the team, the original team. So yes, I don't want it to sound dark, but really think about this for a minute. Mortal Kombat has been going on for more than 30 years. Whatever your feelings of Ed Boon are, or John Tobias, if you're that deep into the Mortal Kombat community, these guys aren't going to be here forever. This is going to be something special, very special for Mortal Kombat fans. Something else I want to share too is I see people being concerned about the old gens not getting a version of this game now, like they don't see the listing for it. For example, if you go on Atari.com, you can't get a PS4 version of this game. That's why I think it's important that I go ahead and share it that yes, it's still coming out for PS4. Unfortunately, it's just not available for pre-order. And concerning this game's longevity, I'm going to say it's going to last a really long time time, as long as they're able to implement crossplay. Because if you have all the Mortal Kombat games that are classic together like this, that can always be re-released in the future, this is the best way to go. Heavy emphasis on crossplay because the arcade collection was released about 10 to 15 years ago, and if you try connecting to those servers now, if you're lucky enough to get a match, it's only going to be with someone on UMK3, or at least that's my experience. But these were just the original 3 games. Dude, I'm in 100%. I am fully backing this product. I can't wait to get it. Something that has the possibility of being patched out is the Mortal Kombat Trilogy character select theme music. Please don't patch this out. It's iconic, it has its own distinctive sound, I love it. I didn't realize that to some people this is considered a bug. I want to show you guys what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison so you can tell the difference, and let me know which one you like more. I've done this in previous live streams where I play both versions and I get the audience's feedback, so let me know what you think. The tracks are different. This is the UMK3 music. Okay, now that you heard that, let's listen to the Trilogy music. It's the same, but it's slowed down. Which one do you like better? Honestly, I prefer Mortal Kombat Trilogy's music better. It has more of a sinister feel to it. However, in the live stream, more people went with UMK3. There was some people that preferred Trilogy, but I saw a lot more people say UMK3. So while I got your attention here, I want to see down below which one you really prefer, UMK3 or Trilogy. Now that there's more eyes on this, I want to see which one wins. Because if it stays in the game, it's still more variety for us. We can still enjoy the UMK3 roster music, and we can still enjoy the Trilogy roster music. For those of you that don't know, we are getting the PlayStation 1 version of Trilogy with cleanup. This loading in general should be cleaned up, especially with Shang Tsung. There used to be an option where you could turn off his morphs. You could choose a few characters where it's limited so the load times would be faster, or they did allow you to morph into any character, but it paused the game for about 5 or 6 seconds. This has been completely fixed. Now you can morph into any character in the game seamlessly. It doesn't interrupt the gameplay at all. And it's nice to know that they are cleaning up bugs in Trilogy. I just hope they don't take the music out if they are considering that a bug. I haven't seen any confirmation on N64 Trilogy yet. It is possible. I want to jump back to the release dates real quick. Not only did it leak for the 29th and the 30th, that was on Xbox, which is what I assume will be for all the digital releases. Again, digital will release before physical. September 30th was specifically asked to a Digital Eclipse employee during EVO, and he had a smile and a smirk like he really didn't want to answer and confirm it. Obviously, they can't come out and say it at this moment, but you could tell by the reaction that, you know, you might be right. Again, it's not official yet, but I would say it's almost safe to assume. It can still change from now to then, of course. That's to say, even the Atari website's date can change. Right now it says December 12th, but even in the small text below, dates are subject to change. Another thing concerning release dates, if you are going to get in on the pre-orders, it does have to be between now and the end of the month, which will be August 31st. I really see this being the definitive retro Mortal Kombat experience for years to come, especially if they get crossplay working, because then anyone at any time can jump on whichever console they're playing, and that goes back as far as PS4. Play with your buddies on any system, and especially with the port variety, that's very impressive. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, Trilogy, all available online. We still don't know what the other 3 games are, so depending what those will be and if they will be online, we'll have to wait and see. Something I was thinking about was what if we got Shaolin Monks, and what if it had an online feature? Now, I do think that is too far ahead. The original Shaolin Monks didn't have an online feature, but MK4 never did and Trilogy never did either. And they've also never had re-releases with online features, and we're getting them right. For those that don't know, it's got a heavy emphasis on being a cooperative game, and it's got a versus mode as well. Doesn't get talked about much. It's extremely fun. But if that was in here, the Legacy Collection would just blow off the charts. I'm telling you, there's so many Shaolin Monk fans that have been asking for this. Another reason why this Legacy Collection is a big win is because all of these games, especially with the ports included, are now going to be available all in one package, not to mention all the extra stuff like the interviews. Also, the new deep dive into the lore we're getting, that's super exciting. We're actually going to see the lore of the arcade era, including Edenia. I truly couldn't be more excited. I know I keep sharing that because Trilogy's in here now, and that's what I really wanted to see in here. If there's any other dream list games I would love to see in here, and I feel like I'm speaking unrealistically here, I'm not expecting these or asking looking for these, but it would be Shaolin Monks or Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance since we're getting the Game Boy port. However, those games are a little further ahead, and they already shared that if there's future games that we do want, they will do DLC, and they will look at future titles as well. Also, it's worth mentioning that the Switch 2 is going to get the cartridge available for this as well. I saw people asking the question what the difference between the Switch 1 version of the game will be and what the Switch 2 version of the game will be, since they respectively have their own cartridges, and it just sounds like the Switch 2 version should run a little better, that is with video quality. Hats off to Digital Eclipse for doing this. Like they said, they're into game preservation. The dates are subject to change, but as far as a hard confirmation, it definitely is going to be digital release first, physical release second. As someone that's playing on Steam, that's okay with me. It seems like it's only available for digital. And look, some people are casual fans, they don't care about what goes on in the background, and some of us do. And genuinely, I can't wait to play with so many of you. And those that haven't played me in any Mortal Kombat game, let me know, because I am live on most nights. Right now, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 1, which has crossplay if you want to play against me. I'm on most nights. Jump on there. We'll do a match. And I have had the privilege of playing against many of you online, but I've never got to play the original Mortal Kombat games with any of you. Except for Headlocked. I have got to play with Headlocked, but that was on Mugen. I will be schooling him with Smoke whenever it does release. And I also want to give a shout out to Daryl Sung, who's always covering the old school Mortal Kombat games on his channel. And if you haven't seen his channel, I highly recommend checking it out. It's very laid back and cool vibes. You'll like Daryl. I'm not sure which day yet, but we're both going to be live streaming at the same time, and we are going to be fighting each other. He's a Sindel main, and I'm a Smoke main, and it's going to be our first time fighting each other, so I really can't wait. I'm throwing the message out there for you guys as well. If you're interested in playing me when it drops, let me know who your main is down below too. I can't wait to play with you guys. Keep your eye out here because I will be keeping you updated with information. We still have 3 more game reveals to go. Please do like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks for popping in, everyone. I will see you all live and or in the next video. Much love and take care.